And joining us this hour to discuss this is a medical doctor, Femi Oyekon, who joins us from the United Kingdom. Well, the U.S. president is perhaps the 8th world leader to have tested positive for the virus. He's, however, the oldest of them. At 74 years old, what are the health concerns given the vulnerability of older persons?
Thank you, Nifemi, for having me, for letting me, for making me part of this conversation. First, I'll say that at 74, for the President of the United States to test positive is worrisome because, one, it belongs to the very vulnerable age group. And secondly, because clinically it belongs to the overweight side because of his body mass index. Possibly it may have one or two underlying conditions that may also make him a lot more vulnerable. So this, to a large extent, is pathetic to American politics and maybe to the world at large. And I think we all need to pray and wish him a speedy recovery.
Well, the president's result came after he spent months playing down the severity of the outbreak, and hours after insisting the world has seen the end of the pandemic, or that the end is in sight, in his words. What is this positive status says about whether or not the virus is going away anytime soon?
Well, I think U.S. Unlike other developing nations have like stable policy. The fact that Trump has tested positive is not going to affect CDC or maybe FDA policies on how to regulate people's response to, or maybe a government policy towards health. Trump individuality is not going to affect the structural makeup of the U.S. government response to COVID. So in a way,
let's talk about some of the issues that were in the news before now. The U.S. president mentioned that he had used that very popular drug, hydroxychloroquine, and also playing down on the severity of this particular outbreak. What, in your opinion, would this mean for health, especially what should be used in cases like this?
First, I'll say that the fact that he acknowledged the fact that he has used hydroxychloroquine, I'll say that this is my honest opinion, that in a way, possibly, when he advocated for hydroxychloroquine, he was doing it from a very plain heart that he thought it was going to be therapeutic for people that were vulnerable to COVID. But on the other hand, in a way, I think it just shows the world that we are all one human race, that nobody is exempted from this. We're vulnerable to COVID. But on the other hand, in a way, I think it just shows the world that we are all one human race, that nobody is exempted from this. And this is also a credible warning for Donald Trump when, at the outbreak of this crisis, he had to ensure that remdesivir, which was the only likely medication that could possibly treat COVID, he had to ensure that no other country was able to get access to it apart from US. And he also made it in such a way that he declared an act of war, that anybody that takes remdesivir out of US was. So in a way, this illness has proved to Trump that we are all human beings and we need to start thinking globally. You can't be thinking of America when the entire world is almost getting to a crippling position with COVID. As a global leader, as a superpower, you have to come out and project that dignity in humanity and take the commonness in our human being and treat us as if we are one. That's my only reservations with Trump. But I think that with this, that other world leaders will learn from it.
Medical Doctor Femi Oyekon joins us live from London. Thank you for your thoughts.
Thank you.